unmute yourself and come here. Hi. So guys,
Hi,
if you have
Gagan.
if you have been seeing her or maybe got received messages from her, she is one of my success advisors. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring people who are behind the team. So you can become familiar with them as well. So first of all, Gurinder, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Gagan.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and I think it would be really helpful for people to hear your story. So tell a little bit about yourself, very briefly.
Yes, my name is Gurinder and I'm from India, and I'm basically having the corporate HR background, and I'm in this corporate industry from last 17 years, and I have always been very curious learning person, and from outside my life is perfect. I have a loving husband, I have two beautiful daughters, and everything seems perfect, but inside something was there, like a divine disconnect I feel every day. I was functioning, but and I was achieving everything, but I was not fully alive. I knew I was tied in a bud and I was desperately wanted to blossom. So this is all about my background. Thank you, Gagan.
So tell me a little bit, Gurinder, where were you in life when you attended one of these master classes with me? What
Yes.
happened? What was your
Uh,
first take on it?
So Gagan, I met you during one of these call. I met you, and I take 1 year to join you, and I thought I can do it myself, and I take the time. I do the courses and everything, but there was knowing doing gap is there, and I was stuck in that. I have read the books, I have watched the videos, I attended the seminars, I know the theory, I know how law of attraction work, but the major change was that I have the awareness that, like you said earlier, that awareness is the key, but the basic thing is the doing, that execution that needs to be taken care of, and that those paradigms which I was having earlier, so I was not aware about that, and I go back to bondage again and again. So I thought that because one of the major limiting belief which I was having is that I'm not enough. So I used to do course by course, completing it. I completed one course and then I again enrolled to another course. That I thought that if I gain one more certificate, it will make me perfect, and then I will take the action. But it is other way around. We have the awareness and then we have to take a baby step, so that is the way into transformation. And I has that fear and I have that paradigm was there that money comes with hard work, because I have seen my father earning money through working hard. So I always thought that by working hard I will get the money, but it was other way around. And because I was not vibrating at that level where I need to be. So what is the major change is that earlier I know the law of manifestation, that uh, how people get the attraction, but I was not aware about law of vibration, that I need to think, feel and act from the person who I want to become. So when I enroll in your course, I used to dress up like a lady which I want to be. I act and walk like that lady, and I think from that perspective, and this thinking changed me. And um, for me, I just upgrade my standards, and then I used to think of that how I will, if because I manifested a house, you know it, and then I thought that I have upgraded my standards now. Now universe want me to earn that income. So so
So your
basically,
house happened, your income went up,
yes, yes.
all of those things happened. I
And
remember. Yeah.
when I joined you after 1 year, you asked me the question that, Gurinder, if things have not changed in last 1 year, and you are joining, you have not
That was my
changed
question
that.
before. Yeah.
Yes, before you asked me that question, and you said me that if things will not change after 1 year again, then how you will feel. And I thought that. Uh, it will like a stuck kind of feeling, and I don't want that. And I don't want that at the end of the life I regret taking decisions and actions. So that is why I joined you. And I still remember I don't have money, and I still don't believe how that money comes, and you know the whole story. And
So what would
so
you say, Gurinder? At that point you did not have the money, but the money
yes,
appeared, right? The money
yes,
literally was like, okay, I've made the decision. I do not want to be stuck here
yes,
anymore. It's been a year I've been following Gagan. Nothing has shifted. I've tried everything. Whatever I'm teaching, you've applied. But like, not applied. You're gaining more and more knowledge, but nothing is changing. And then you decided,
yes,
what? I'm going to actually go and do this. And then,
yes,
yes, your results, you probably did not have the money. The money appeared. You started, you paid the down payment. You started working and your life started shifting. And
yes.
today, where are you in today? Tell me more about how do you feel today? I think that's what I want to know. That for me, who have you become in this process? That's the most important
So
thing.
basically, uh, I become a person who become like her from my future version. And if I meet my future version, I will tell her that your doubt is not your truth, and you don't need to see the whole path. And if you take one step, the path will appear. So that is all about me. And the money, the circumstances, the timings, that all will follow. I don't believe it earlier, but now I believe it. And for all my manifestation which I achieved through you, maybe that house thing or anything, uh, that taking a house which is your 4x, means the 4x money which is required to achieve that house. I don't know how I will make the payment and all that, but the things will come, and then we book that
And it
house
started
now.
coming.
Yes, and that is coming.
And you know what? That's what I wanted to say. Bob says this in lesson one of thinking to results. When you set a goal, you do not know where the resources will come from. And he gives a really good example. And I want to talk about that example. And he gives the example of this Maharishi who thought, I'm going to take this meditation to all over the world. And someone
Yes,
asked him, oh, where's the money going to come from? If you want to take this meditation all over the world. And I think by that was Deepak Chopra. Someone asked Deepak Chopra
yes,
this, if you know Deepak Chopra, where are you going to get all this money from? And Deepak Chopra replied, I think it was Deepak Chopra, I'm not 100%, but I think he was. And someone said to him, and he's replied, wherever the money is today. Yesterday, I explained about the money. Money, if you understand really money, it's like water. It just circulates. It's the same amount which has always been, which means infinite. It will always be infinite like water, right? And it just keeps going up and down, like, in the circulation. That's what it is, like water. So money is exactly where it is. But when you make a decision, I think until people make decision, they are in that, oh, shall I not? So they can only see the paradigm is at play and they can only see the excuses, the circumstances. But once you make a decision in life, and I think that is with any area of your life, once you make a committed decision that I am going for this, then you're only focused to finding that solution, how I can achieve that. So the how comes later. How cannot come, and people get stuck, but how is it going to happen? How will only appear after the decision has been made. Would you agree with that, Gurinder, now?
yes. And one of the basic limited belief which I have about money is, which is blocking me, is that um, I thought that money only comes through me, and it comes through only hard work, and that was not the case. Sometimes money can come through another sources also. I was always thinking that in my corporate career this will come through only my this salary part and all that, and that is blocking the money, and it comes from other sources. This time I got company shares and all that. So many things happen, I don't know how. And
We do not
so
need to know how. And we
yes,
always, I think, as people, because, and I understand, because we do not have trust. We want to control everything. We want
yes,
it our way. Why can't we trust God's way is better? Why can't we trust that, like you said, divine is at play? Let me do my part. Let me take care of mine. I always love giving this example of a farmer. When a farmer is planting that seed, right? The universe, of course, and the sunshine depends, everything, all of that is there. But when the farmer plants a seed, He nurtures the seed. He makes sure he uses the best fertilizer. He makes sure that he uses, waters it, the sunlight is given, all of that. And if any weed is growing nearby, it's just going to go and get rid of that weed, right? Any of that, it will make sure that it gets the best of nourishment. But the farmer does not take a shovel and go, oh my gosh, let me see how the roots are growing up now. Let me go and see how much has the root grown. No, that is the trust that farmer has in the mother earth, farmer has in the universe, that it's going to be a good harvest. But we as humans, and again, it's the same law. It's little, your manifestations are exactly the same. If you can manifest a free cup of coffee, darling, you can manifest millions. The process is same. It's a
Yes.
belief and trust, and that needs to be there. Okay, I've got one last question, because I know I'm very mindful of people's time today. What would you say to anyone who is sitting on a fence and thinking, I don't know what are they thinking, but if there's anyone sitting on the fence, oh, does it work? Is it possible in my life? Is the possibility there? What would you say?
So basically, I would like to say that you don't need to seek permissions from others to dream. And it's your dream, and you can see it, and you don't need their permission, and you should go after it. And once that felt impossible can feel natural to you after you achieve it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? Don't wait for everything. Your path cannot be clear. I'll be honest, when I started working with Bob Proctor, this was my vision where I am. Now my vision is much, much greater, right? Because at that point I couldn't see that. And it was not even there for me, because my mind was not even open to see at such a high level. Today, I can, right? I've come so far in my life, like Gurinder. I remember you messaging me, oh my gosh, Gagan, when I achieved my, with Bob Proctor, when I became the top consultant, you're like, oh my gosh, I love this for you. I remember your message. You messaged me on Facebook Messenger, because she was not my client at that point, but she had been following me for a year. And she said, oh my gosh. And remember, and think, this is how I think this is such a good example. I live in UK, she lives in India, right? She doesn't know me from any angle. She must have come across my Facebook post or something. I do not know. And then she started attending my events or whatever. And then she messaged me when I became a top consultant. That was few years ago, I think 2 years ago. And it was like, oh my gosh, so happy for you. I've been following you for a year. And my simple thing was like, so can you, right? So can you have, because you messaged me, I would love to be in some job like this or something, and I want to really help people. And I was like, first you need to help yourself, Gurinder, right? And you can have it. And if you really look at it, where are you today? Helping people, doing the same, right? And this is the power. And but she decided that I am done with being stuck in my life. So that's a decision I think everyone has to make for themselves. It's not someone can force you, push you. I'll be honest, I've been having calls since yesterday, and probably you can see it in my voice as well. And I've told people, I don't think you're ready for thinking in results program. With my love, I've told them, I don't think you're ready, or I don't think it's the right time for you, or do you want to do it by yourself? Yes, go try it by yourself, right? Because that's why I tell, book a call. At least you will gain clarity out of that. You will gain clarity. Where are my right paradigms? At least I'll be able to help you identify those patterns on these calls. So those calls are not just for me. Those calls are actually for you. So if you have not booked a call, I would say highly recommend do that, because I think we've only got maybe 1 or 2 calls for tomorrow. And if required, I might open another for Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure, because my Monday is all blocked as well. But do it for yourself. Grinda took that step. Actually, Grinda, I want to ask you one thing. I remember you telling me I've not told anyone, Gagan, because if I will tell my mother I'm doing this, and if I tell anyone in my family I'm doing this, they would not let me. Do you want to talk a
Ye-
little bit about that? Why was it that you decided I can't tell anyone that I'm doing this work right now on myself? Otherwise, tell me why.
Yes.
I never
Uh,
asked you that
bec-
actually.
yes, because I have doing many courses and I have invested in myself earlier when I was in HR, and in jobs, that there is a competition over collaboration, and whenever I ask my boss that how can I do it, so nobody help me. And so I search on Google and courses after courses. First, I enroll many courses related to HR because I was not aware what my passion is. So after enrolling for many HR certification courses and all that, I enrolled in Jack Canfield course, which is during COVID time, and I was pregnant with my second kid. And then only doing one of the exercises, I came to know that that exercise was that write 20 things or 10 things which you love to do. And I see a pattern that listening to podcast or listening to personal development program helps me a lot. So then I go into from HR to
To
personal
personal
development.
development.
Yes, so I did Jack Canfield train the trainer program, and I got clarity from that. And then uh, when you contacted me, I thought that if I told my husband or my mother or my sister, they will say ki matlab how much money will you spend, and they will not going to believe in me. So that is why I was not I don't want to to tell anyone, and I just want to just give it a try. And
I
then
think we
things
always want
shifted.
support from our family. That's the thing. And it's not
Yes,
that you're seeking anything else. You just seek, that's what you were seeking, right? You were just
yes,
seeking the support. But I can see the point that, oh my gosh, how many will you attend? You've done
yes,
so many courses. Nothing is changing in your life. And I can see
yes,
that. And would you say today, hand on heart, that you did made the right decision that day?
yes.
And what will you tell? And maybe your last sentence that you want to say to anyone. I don't know, last few lines that you want to say to anyone who's watching you tonight.
So the basic thing which I want to tell you, that as your identity shifted, everything will start to make shift. Those energy, those action and results will naturally follow. So one of the major thing which work for me is self-image. I cut paste photos. I use Gemini and everything to make those photo of myself being a coach. And so basically that self-image work, I used to make the audio recordings of that self-image and listening it again and again. So that worked for me. So basically you need to take action from that future self, and then things will shift.
Yeah, I love that. I
Yes.
absolutely love that. Uh, Really, really good, Gurinder. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you.
Thank you,
I
Gagan.
really appreciate your time. And can I just say one thing? I'm really proud of you for believing in yourself. I think that's the most important thing, for believing in yourself, to identifying I actually need to do something about it, but otherwise nothing is going to change in my life, and going forward with that decision. That's hats off to you, because yeah, it requires courage, especially if you're in India. I know, like, it takes a lot of courage, and to go after what you want. I absolutely, absolutely love that about you. Well done to you. Thank you so
And
much
this
for
is
joining.
one of my manifestation that you said to me that I'm proud of you, because I attended the calls with you in Zoom calls and all that. You just where all business ladies are there. So you are usually telling them I'm proud of you. So I was always thinking that I need to
I
get that from
that
Gagan.
Oh, you are really, no, no. Look at the
Yes.
work you've done. Look
Thank
where
you.
you are, right? But it's only happened, and I know much, much more is on its way now that like you applied the material, you've started changing your life, you've changed your life, it's still transforming, right? It's because there's no limit, and you're
Yes.
helping others. So I'm really, really proud of you, and it's amazing to see you part of helping all of these lovely people out there today. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us.